Tim, you must be pretty happy with that performance.
Yeah, we did some good things, and as a team we achieved what we set out to do, and that was kick and chase really strongly and defend, with giving them as few metres as possible. And we set some goals tonight, which I won't elaborate on, other than that we achieved them.
Very controlled performance?
Yeah, again, I thought so. We had the first half, late in the first half, a little bit of a couple of brain explosions where the guys were just trying to score off anything, instead of setting the field position we talked about and so on. But we talked about that at half time, and I thought we did better in the second half.
A word on Daly Cherry Evans' performance, man of the match. He played pretty well.
He did, yeah, and he's got better over the 2 weeks, and he's played with the two halfbacks and played well. I can't say that I can fault anyone tonight. They all played really strongly, albeit that our timing was out in a couple of instances. But I've experimented with the side, so I take a bit of blame for that too. We've got to knuckle down now, probably in the next game in particular, and pick what we think is going to be the side that pushes through. But again, that can change too if form drops. But next week we'll come up hopefully with the side that we think we'll base our next game or two on.
Is the 0 the most impressive thing for you about that performance?
Yeah, that wasn't necessarily a goal. We wanted to achieve, but it was a result of what we did. So we talked about making sure our kick game and our chase game was, as I said earlier, was spot on, that we put them in the corners. Because we turned up, remember, with wet conditions. It cleared up a little during the night, but the field was still slippery and greasy, and so we didn't want any mistakes down there, and we were giving them as few opportunities as possible, and again we achieved that, I thought.
You want the guys to concentrate on their own performance and put their hand up for selection for later games. Some of the boys really did that, and
that the big games start next week with the quarterfinals. So, and we can't make a mistake. We can't lose a game or we get eliminated. So it's now heads down. So they threw plenty up to me tonight. So I'm really going to have to work hard to pick a side next week because I've got so many guys in good form.
And no injuries out of the game tonight?
Not that have been reported. A few bumps and bruises. But as far as I know, everyone would be available from tonight.
It's always the danger against these teams, like playing in the wet and playing when you're expected to win and win comfortably, that you're always worried that you could pick up an injury here or there. Yeah,
that obviously last week with Luke Lewis showed that when we were in a winning position and losing him late in the game. But fortunately tonight it didn't happen, so we can count our blessings there.
And now we go back to Manchester, and you look at naming your strongest 17 for the game against the Tomahawks.
I think so, although there's a couple of guys that I could give a rest to, given that they've played a bit of football, and I think a game off here or there doesn't hurt. But now we're at the quarter-final level, I'll be loath to do that probably, but I'll just have to assess it. There's been a bit of flu in the camp and other things, so guys played through it tonight because they wanted to play. So we'll just see how we go. We've got a 7-day turnaround, so hopefully I'll be in a position where I'll pick the best side that I think's ready to go forward.
The boys had a bit of fun earlier in the week. They got a few days off, but now it's the business end of the tournament, and you get the feeling in the camp that it's all systems go now.
Well, it's elimination now, so you get beaten now, you're not going to get another chance. But I thought we came down here in the right frame of mind, given that we had a couple of days off in Dublin, and they enjoyed that halfway through the trip. It's 4 weeks into our tour, and then they really focused hard on today. And the conditions were, training the other day was tough, and again today, it turned up and it rained all day, so it interrupts your preparation. And we couldn't sort of play the open sort of game that we'd like to play, but so we knuckled down to the grind and played it really well, kicked and chased really well.